Robert Rodriguez, who directed films like El Mariachi, For Rooms, and From Dusk Till Dawn, released a new movie called Hypnotic. He wrote the initial screenplay for this film back in 2002 and considers it one of his favorite stories. I must confess that the film didn't impress me initially, and after watching 1/3 of it, I wanted to turn it off. The plot seemed underdeveloped from the very beginning. We were just introduced to the main character, Danny Rourke, who blamed himself due to his daughter's kidnapping several years ago when all of a sudden, the story shifted to an ambush in front of a bank about to be robbed. It gave the impression that the plot unfolded too quickly, skipping many crucial moments. But that wasn't the case. I thought maybe I was wasting my time watching the movie because the upcoming events would be highly predictable. Indeed, that was exactly the case. Until a certain point. The main character was fortunate enough to find a clue that connected his daughter's kidnapping to the bank robber. He started his investigation, which led him to a fortune teller named Diana Cruz. She told him about people capable of manipulating the consciousness of others and also informed Rourke about how dangerous the man attempting to rob the bank was. After that, Rourke saved Diana from a biker whose consciousness had been taken over by the antagonist, and they went to the police department. As expected, the super-evil hypnotist pursued them, took control of Rourke's partner's consciousness, and ordered him to kill them. However, the screenplay pleasantly surprised me. When Rourke and Diana arrived in Mexico to meet her acquaintance, he told them about the Domino Project. He also revealed that Del Rey had amnesia and was searching for clues he had left himself to remember everything. But it turned out to be a trap. The main nemesis of this film was waiting for them in that apartment, and he almost managed to obtain the photo, which Rourke had taken from a safety deposit box in the bank. The said photo was the final clue to restore his memory. After Rourke managed to control the consciousness of the Mexican police, I had a thought: what if Rourke's memory was also erased? But I was partially wrong. As it turned out, only Rourke had his memory erased, not Del Rey. He had been in a construct for quite some time, created to find out where he hid his daughter, who is the Domino Project, and all the events of the film that were happening up until that point were actually only in his mind. The management of that secret government program wanted to use the girl for their purposes and control the consciousness of humanity. However, unexpectedly for me, Rourke and his wife foresaw this and erased their memories of where their daughter was hidden. This twist was something I didn't anticipate, and it was a pleasant surprise for me. I thought that Diana, who was actually Vivian, wanted to use their daughter for this project. But probably all the viewers had the same idea until they regained their memory. By the way, although the plot suggests that the character played by William Fichtner is named Del Rey, it's not the case. Del Rey is just an anagram that Rourke left for himself to remember where he hid his daughter. The name of this character remains unknown. The post-credits scene, like in Marvel movies, hints that there will be a continuation of this story. The girl turned out to be not yet so capable, and this nameless anti-hero survived by infiltrating their consciousness and convincing everyone of his death. Although there were a few unexpected moments in the film that impressed me, I can't say it's fantastic. Everything unfolded in a mundane way, as if it were just an ordinary workday for the main characters. They showed hardly any emotions, which influenced my reaction. Essentially, there is nothing in it besides an interesting science fiction idea. Feel free to comment movie and make sure to subscribe.